I never thought I would love a racing game this much, especially something as niche as a sim rally game. My experience with racing games growing up bottles up to Mario Kart on the Wii. I never lived through the classics that I hear about, such as Burnout Paradise, Gran Turismo, or the Forza games, but one day I ordered a shitty driving wheel on Amazon, bought Dirt Rally 2, and about 100 hours later, I can definitely say that it's one of my favorite games of all time. There's this exhilarating loneliness I feel when playing the game, which is a good thing, I promise you. So, let me explain. So I loaded onto my first track, and with the car that had the highest horsepower, because bigger number, better person, right? And about 30 seconds later, I subsequently crashed into a tree. Marking it down as just a simple error, I maneuvered my way back onto the track, pedal to the metal flying, and destroyed my car into a tree again. Then the next race, flung myself off a cliff. After that, I punctured all my tires and lost engine power. It was here that I realized how punishing this game is. When I finally wheeled my beaten down, broken car past the finish line, last compared to the AI times. The environment is a lot scarier than what I'm used to in racing games, where I can plow down trees or fences, sideswipe a rock wall and keep speed. In Dirt Rally 2, I'm scared if I drive on this patch of grass, there's gonna be a hidden rock that flips my car. Or if I simply think about driving on the ice, I'm already sliding sideways into a wall in Monte Carlo, even if I'm already doing the same with rain puddles in Spain. I was having fun though, so I knew I needed to put in some work. Eventually I started getting the hang of it, started left foot braking, understanding weight transfer and when to shift gears, and using my handbrake for those sick hairpin turns. But the game every now and then would check my hubris. I'd zone out for a second and not hear a call from my co-driver about a one right, and my run would be over. With the exception of Rallycross, Dirt Rally 2 is a lonely game, as career mode, time trial, and even racing clubs never put you head to head with other players. There's the soulless NPCs that stand around the track, and your co-driver blaring at you. But you eventually zone out that chaos until it's merely you, your car, and the wilderness of the track. You start listening to those co-driver calls instinctively, and at the end of runs, the finish line will be adorned with a bunch of staff and fans celebrating your success. But for those past few minutes, all you heard was your revs hollering, twigs snapping, and the frantic sounds of you shifting. Of course you are thinking while driving. It would be contradictory to what I said earlier about it being complicated, but it truly is an amazing feeling to just know when you finally master a track, when you've theory crafted your own shortcuts, tuned your car specifically for one section, and really are sending it does the game really shine. I spend most of my time in time trials, and I know this is the same for any game with time trials or something intentionally repetitive, such as Super Meat Boy or Hotline Miami, but making every turn you've practiced countless times to fit in the run is also extremely satisfying. This is what I love about Dirt Rally 2, and I guess to rally in general. It's an inherent opposition to the prim and proper, full tarmacked racetracks, and to super, almost sci-fi cars no one owns. It's the beautiful juxtaposition of a beautiful meadow or forest in Scotland or New England being teared up by an absolutely roaring 90s Japanese race car. It's being able to try my hand at controlling a Group B car and actually finishing a race with one. Seriously, these things were used in the 80s, and through a damn video game, I get scared of driving them. I have a dream to one day rally a car, but for now I'll have to settle for my shitbox GTI and Dirt Rally 2 to scratch that itch. My love for rally isn't just in this game though. If my driving wasn't too flashy for you, I'd recommend Hendrik M's videos. It's a lot cleaner of driving, and sometimes he throws in tricks for style points. For a game to situate yourself in the rally environment, I'd send you to Art of Rally. It's completely arcade through and through, but it can teach you a good amount about the motorsport's history and culture, while still being a fun experience. Jeremy Clarkson of Top Gear and the Grand Tour has an amazing piece about the 037 Lancia Stratos. I probably watch that special once every month. And there's a quite amazing short film about the Group B era, called Group B, that I think conveys some of the euphoric feelings I talked about in this video. Or you could skip all of that and just watch insane Group B footage. You know they one time found a finger in the grill of a car? Hey there, thanks for making it to the end of the video. It was a blast getting the recordings even though OBS was acting up. But if you liked the video, please consider liking it or subscribing to the channel. Maybe even check out my other videos, it would mean a lot.
He's going over that cliff!